way.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'm back. I'm bringing you a show. I'm saying,
oh my.
It's good to be here today with
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's a show where I talk about things and you go, whoa, I didn't know that, Mike, because you know I live in a cave and I am so scared of clams. What?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
This didn't go the way I wanted it to. I don't like the way this went. This song for me.
Mike's
singing to you
Daily
on the show.
Podcast.
Episode.
Yeah.
2138. Do you know who's been noticing my podcast pictures lately? The local celebrity on the television talking about finances, Rob Black. He texted me today because I used to produce his show, and I would add a lot of sound effects like and huge and
I love scotch. Scotch is scotch. Here it goes down into my belly. Right.
That kind of stuff is what I would put, that kind of silliness on his show. And he said, I noticed you went to Pescadero. And they have a fun festival that I like to go to there. And I didn't know about these things, these festivals and stuff that they do there. So I'll have to check that out at some point. And then I'll tell you about it, because that's what this podcast is. I found a funny way of saying a curse word. Do not say curse words. Don't ever say curse words, especially on your podcast that you do. Oh my! I am so tiny and small on this. Here. This part of the show is being videotaped for YouTube and all posterity, and you can find it also at MikesDailyPodcast.com. And I am...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Stumped as to what to say next, because this camera angle is rather weird, and I love this shirt on this video, and you should see it at MikesDailyPodcast.com. All right. A podcast picture, which you can find at MikesDailyPodcast.com, is going to be fantastic and terrific. And should I send it? Should it be another picture from Pescadero? I don't know. Or should it be Wendy Pescadero? Or should it be love? Is it love? What about that guy Ken that was on my show last show? Yeah, Basil. What do you think about him? Yeah, he's a nice guy. But, wow, the way he criticized my wonderful singing voice. I mean, do you stand for that, Basil? Heck no. That's just, you don't come on my show and make fun of my voice. My beautiful singing voice. And all your friends will end, but before you go, take a look at your shoes. And you got a lovely singing voice. Lovely singing voice. And to all of those who sing off key, they wrote the notion for you and me. So sing your life. Sing your life. Don't leave it all unsaid. Somewhere in the wasteland of your head, oh, head, oh, oh, head. And make no mistake, my friend, your pointless life will end. That's right, your pointless life will end. So before you go, can you look at the truth? You have a lovely singing voice. A lovely singing voice. And all of those who sing on key, they stole the notion from you and me. So sing your life. Sing your life. Do you know who sang that song? Morrissey. Others sang your life, but now is a chance to shine and have the pleasure of saying what you mean, have the pleasure of meaning what you sing. Oh, make no mistake, my friend, all of this will end, so sing it now. All these things you love, sing your life. All the things you loathe, all the things you love. All right, I think that pretty much covers it. Podcast picture today will be a nice little picture from the trip I took a week ago, just about. Yes. Walking through pumpkins, walking by oceans, walking with Basil, walking with my lovely lady friend, and walking. Get out there and walk as well as sing. And sing and walk. Do both, for crying out loud. Oh my. I just realized the thing I videotaped earlier did not, in fact, take. That's annoying. Well, do you host a YouTube channel? This was going to be my YouTube channel, but then it turned into my podcast channel. So I put the two together. What the heck? Why not? Mike's Daily Podcast is the name of the show, and also where you can find it on YouTube. Isn't this exciting? I think the other one I did was way better, but for some reason that didn't take. Back to young people. Let's talk about young people today. Some person who does a podcast, who's young, told me, you've got to tell your fans on YouTube and on that, that listen to your podcast to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. You've got to drill it into their head to subscribe. You know what? When people tell me to subscribe, you know what I don't do? I don't subscribe. Don't tell me that. Back off, man, or I'll push you off a cliff. And you'll have a fun time. Oh, by the way, you know how you can ride rides on YouTube now? Speaking of YouTube, there's all these rides that you can ride, and I rode that ride. I think it's called Goofy's Runaway Railroad Line or something, and you ride on a train, and it has no track. I think it's being moved along by magnets in the floor. And this is at Disney World. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont today. And they use a lot of video projection and movie screens. And then they use a lot of animatronics. But the animatronics have projected onto the faces animation. So it looks like all these cartoon characters, you're living in a 2D world that's gone 3D. It's fantastic. I was watching it on YouTube, and I think it was being streamed live. The person was writing it live, which they do that. I find that fascinating. Did I say that right? Fascinating?
I like the way you say that.
Thank you. Well, it just blew my mind. This is, I think, a very recent ride. It feels like it anyway. And I was, wow. Apparently, you have to wait for hours to ride this ride. Even in today's state. They allow you to go to Disneyland now, or Disney World, or Florida. The Florida Disney whatever complex is open. All 4 of those amusement parks over there. But forget it here in Anaheim. But they're looking into it, says Gavin Newsom. We're looking at how other states are doing it, and then we'll open up the amusement park here and the amusement parks in California again. Thank you so much for doing that. So what happened is this ride, it was being streamed live by a couple that I guess they go to Disney World every Thursday, and then they stream it live on YouTube. Isn't that crazy? Why would you watch any ridiculous shows on TV or all the stuff that they tell you to watch on HBO because everybody else watches it and they're lemmings? Or maybe you watch Schitt's Creek because you're like me and you're a lemming and you found it on Netflix and now you can't stop watching it. But I found it fast. And you know what I love about watching the rides on YouTube is I don't have to wait in line. I can watch it instantly. The only thing is, gosh, you people filming these rides, don't just point the camera at the track. For crying out loud, the stuff that's going on is happening on either side of the car. Kind of roll it back and forth. Ride the ride a couple of times. Get a sense of where all the cool things are to see. and then move the camera back and forth. Give me a little perspective is what I'm asking for.
Yippee-ki-yay! I got mail! Woohoo!
I don't have any mail, actually. That's a lie. But I wanted to say yippee-ki-yay because when you ride a ride, that's the sound you make. Maybe next time I'll have an email.
Tune in next time for all the action.
We'll see how that goes. But yes, that's all I'm saying. You people filming the 360 amusement park channel ride webpage for YouTube, whatever you call that thing, and just show me what's happening on the other side of the ride. Keep filming in HD quality. By the way, there's this place called Knoebel, somewhere in Pennsylvania, this amusement park, and they have this mining car ride. Did I talk about this yet? It is fantastic. I talked about it, yes, with my lovely lady friend. It is so weird because you're riding in this mining car train, and it's showing you what it's like the old days of mining. They had the miners pushing the donkeys into the obligatory donkey sound effect. And then you're going along, and then you see the modern day mining, but then someone detonates an explosion, and what happens after the explosion? Which should be on this page. No, it's not. It's on this page. There it is. Right after the explosion, you find out, all these miners are dead. And then they come back as ghosts. And then you're like with dinosaurs. And the dinosaurs are coming after you. Go! That's not really a dinosaur. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then there are miners melting in barrels of acid. It is the weirdest thing. No way. All that to say, you've got to subscribe, everybody. And if you want to listen to Mike's Daily Podcast on Google Play, I just want to tell you, they're making it so confusing on Google Play these days because sometimes when you say Google, you also say Great Googly Moogly. They took it away. Where is it?
Great Googly Moogly.
Thank you. And so now Google Play for podcasts, I think they call it Google Podcasts, but there's no app for it. It just opens in your browser. I don't understand what's happening. But at any rate, you don't have to... Cafe Anyway, you don't have to... Cafe Anyway. You don't have to listen to that show through Google Play if you get confused. You can also... Because they're trying to push you to YouTube. And yes, the show is on YouTube, as I've mentioned 300 times on the show. But yes, Google Play is all confused these days. You can listen to this show on Spotify. I'm back on radio.com. I was wondering what was wrong with it.
Something must be wrong with you.
But it's fixed now. And so you can listen to it there and a bunch of other places. You can find all the places at MikesDailyPodcast.com. And you can subscribe if you want to, but... And my last question, we'll get this to I can't say this right. We'll get to this at some time. Oh, see? I was making fun of people, and now look at me. I make fun of myself.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. You think about that.
True. But, yes, young people today go to bed way too late. Way too late. Now, I went to bed late when I was young, but yikes. Today, they don't even sleep. Bedtime for them is 4, 5 in the morning. That was never the case. Wait a minute. Yes, maybe 4 o'clock for me. Now this is coming back to me. Do you know on Fox News, her name is Kennedy? You ever seen her? She used to be on MTV for a while. Before she made it onto MTV, she used to be on K-Rock in Los Angeles, KROQ. It's an alternative rock station. And she would come on and do this little... She'd do, I think, 1 in the morning till 6 in the morning. Some small shift. Actually, maybe it was 1 to 5. And at exactly 3:30 in the morning, when she knew her program director, when she knew her boss was not listening, could not possibly be listening at all, she would read a poem at exactly 3:30, and I would stay up for that. I'm such a hypocrite putting down the young people today for staying up late, because obviously I did as well. 3:30 in the morning, she would read a poem that was pretty edgy, be pretty borderline, FCC is going to come at you, that kind of thing. This is Kennedy, who ended up on Fox News. It's hilarious. So, and she would call herself, "Hi, I'm Kennedy, your po-ho." This is the truth. I might have a cassette somewhere. No, I probably don't. Look who's here.
Hello, Michael Matthew. It's Madame Rootabega. And there are people here. I can't talk very loud.
You're not going to talk loud?
Yes.
Are you going to talk softly?
Yes.
Are you going to stop talking?
No.
And look who else is here.
Hello, dear Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
All right, that's all we got, because people are cleaning the place, and I gotta go. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer. Tell me what you think. 336MM Daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM is a Mike Matthews. Daily isn't what this podcast is. I'm turning this off.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!